Hello, Purple Rosa here, and I'm continuing on in Blackwood. And I have come to the Veyond alien ruins here. As in the previous quest, there was a book that I found that talks about this place that has ghosts or some such. And yeah, there is a quest here. So, phantasmal discovery awaits. Arcane Archaeological Survey 6 bold. Adventurer for thrilling experiment. Ability to carry heavy magical implements desirable. Bravery in the face of spectres, ghosts and other undead required. For more details, seek out Revus Demnevani at the ruins of Beyond. So this is going to be interesting. Big alien ruin. Really pretty. Especially with the sun as the backdrop. So how do I get into this place? Gotta find this Revus. Obviously a dark elf. It's that last name, I think.
Well, we can't wait any longer. We should begin the experiment.
With no porters, no assistants. This endeavor's been a farce from the start, Revus. Now it's a doomed one.
Wait, he looks familiar. Did we meet him in Vardenfell? I think.
Yet another inferior intellect bumbles into Veyond. You're in good company with Revus around.
He looks real familiar.
Well, here's a turn of luck. It's me, Revus. You helped me out of a scrape in Nisus some time back, remember? Quamamine, tonal resonator, devoured bard. Good times. Anyway, here we go again. You, me, and an experiment going poorly.
That's right. Because the tonal resonator was... I think it made the miners mad. I think. I knew he looked familiar. What's the experiment?
House Telvanni is funding a practical test of my latest invention, the phantasmal sensor. It exercises spirits, ghosts, and other spectral beings near instantaneously. The unquiet dead claim countless lives each season, but no longer.
Sounds good. What do you need me to do?
The porters and assistants I contracted with have been waylaid in Narcissus, some manner of food poisoning. I'm desperate for an extra set of eyes and hands to help with labor and preparations. Nothing dangerous, I assure you.
I'll help.
Oh, I'm so relieved you agreed to help. Before you arrived, I feared my overseers at House Telvanni really might... No matter. Tyrus and I already set up a small field laboratory in the ruined Veyond. Meet us inside and we'll get started.
Maybe he feared the Telvanni were going to cut him off? I don't know. Can you tell me more about this phantasmal sensor?
Certainly. It's a wedding of Barrelsar's theories on the interactions of tonal and spectral forces with a resonance housing of my own design. Activating it should render any ghosts in proximity completely mute. A clever bit of engineering, I suppose.
You don't sound very excited about it.
What? No, I'm extremely excited about it. My superiors in Tel Naga called it a product of minor interest. Believe me when I say that's as robust an endorsement as I'm ever likely to earn. If the Telvanni Council thinks it's worthwhile, so do I.
So why are you conducting this experiment in Veyond?
When you're on a mission to quiet down restless ghosts, you go where the restless ghosts are. Angry spirits pile up in these alien ruins like weevils in a hollow log. Feck only knows why. I've never taken much interest in alien history.
Could be the magic keeps the spirits here, I don't know. You couldn't find restless ghosts in your homeland?
In Morrowind? Ha, I wouldn't think of it. Silencing an ancestor is blasphemous. even if some of them deserve it. My Aunt Cernsea can't let a visitation go by without complaining about her urn. We know you wanted purple. Get over it already, right?
Tell me about your pupil Tyrus.
Tyrus is a junior oathman of House Telvanni. At this point in his education, he's obliged to accompany a spellwright like myself on a few field excursions. Sort of an apprenticeship. Honestly, in his case, it's just a formality.
What do you mean?
Tyrus is an incredible talent, of the sort that only appears once in a generation. What's more, his family is extremely well connected. He lives the Telvanni creed effortlessly. I wager he'll be Archmagister one day.
What do you think of House Telvanni?
Really putting me on the spot, aren't you? There are aspects of Telvanni culture I find abhorrent, the practice of slavery being chief among them. We do what we can. When the only alternative is exile, it's complicated.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about the Telvanni. Their slavery.
Taking assistance from random passers-by. The magisters of the house will most certainly have opinions on this.
Hey!
This is easily the most important experiment in Revus's unremarkable career, and he's soliciting aid from random passers-by. Of course he is. It would be depressing if it wasn't so predictable.
Don't know if I like you. Tell me about yourself.
I am Tyrus Terethi, firstborn son of Fothis Terethi, and adopted nephew to Magister Thorana of Telbranora. I can tell by your vacant expression you're not well acquainted with the current affairs of House Telvanni. No great surprise there.
Actually, I've done some work for House Telvanni in the past, thank you very much.
I see. Some minor errand, I assume. The house does not make a habit of employing imbeciles. You must have some talent. I take some comfort in that.
I'm not an imbecile. What brings you to Blackwood?
I often ask myself the same thing. The Telvanni Council insists that prodigies such as I leave Morrowind for a time to experience whatever this is. It makes us more worldly, I suppose. An insufferable waste of time, if you ask me.
So you're here to study with Revus?
That's a charitable way to put it. Technically, I am Revus' student, but he's taught me very little beyond how to fumble aimlessly from one disaster to another. I can't wait for this to be over.
Well, that's life, really. You just fumble your way through. And don't you dare badmouth my boy Revus like that. We have history in a way. May disaster turn away. Ground shakes, the sky quakes. The song about Mehrunes Dagon, I guess. Lord of Destruction, Prince of Disaster. Okay, so I have to go in the ruins. Where is the doorway? Oh, hang on. I didn't see that statue. Oh, wow. I'll just get a good view of it down here. But yeah, let's go in the ruin. Maybe I'll get a better look of the statue. Look at that. Get out of the way, Bastion. Probably see the eagle better from this angle. Kind of. Not really. Take a screenshot anyway. So yeah, let's go in. Hopefully the other guy doesn't join us. Didn't like him. He was pompous.
He's not the sharpest arrow in the quiver.
Yes.
please be so kind as to talk to Revus and leave me be? Self-reflection is the closest I get to decent conversation these days.
Ah, how dare you?
Finally, we can get started. There's a lot riding on this experiment's success. So yes, let's all stay focused and diligent. And also very, very careful.
So what do you need me to do?
I need you to paint some stabilizing runes around the area to reinforce the sensor's magics. They're not all that elaborate, I promise, but do be mindful. I'm not leaving anything to chance this time.
How do I paint these runes?
Here are the materials in a template. I infused the paint with ground soul gems to reinforce the rune's potency. At great personal expense, I might add. Right, Tyrus? There's no price too high for success. Try not to use it all right?
What will you and Tyros do while I'm gone?
I have a few more calibrations to attend to. As for Tyrus, he'll probably, observe, for educational purposes. You can speak with him if you have any other questions. Set guide you, my friend.
Alright, I'll go paint those runes.
Remember, precision is of the utmost importance, so no loafing or dawdling, you... I'm sorry. We're supposed to use harsh declaratives like that to motivate people. Are you? Yeah, I can tell you're motivated. Great. That's great.
You don't have to keep up appearances for that other pompous Telvanni. So what are these runes for again?
The housing I created for the phantasmal sensor should contain the energies it releases well enough. I employed a fascinating helical boring technique invented by the dwarves of Arkingthand. I have all sorts of ideas for... Sorry, that can wait.
The runes?
Right, sorry. The runes provide a stabilizing aura to prevent any real spectacular tonal reactions or spectral anomalies. I triple-checked every aspect of the experiment, but a mage can never be too careful. Especially if that mage is me.
Have you had difficulties with this sort of thing in the past?
Difficulties? Ha, no, certainly not. I just place great emphasis on safety. Sure, there have been a few bumps along the way, but like the old wizards say, in the mountains of magical praxis, one never climbs in vain.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Soul gem-infused runes slathered on alien walls? The poor condition of the stone combined with imprecise template virtually guarantees a lack of efficacy. What is Revus, an amateur? What am I saying? Of course he is.
You don't think what Revus is doing will work?
Finally, someone else makes an astute observation. Congratulations, you've just become the second smartest person in the room. The runes Revus wants painted will have, at most, a negligible impact. They're essentially just expensive vandalism.
But isn't Revus your teacher? Why are you talking about him like this?
Don't be thick. I have nothing to learn from the likes of Revus Demnevani. This is a mere formality. When I ascend to the council, I will make weeding out hedge mages like Revus my first priority.
Do the other Telvanni mages share your low opinion of Revus?
Oh, yes. Revus knows where he stands with the Telvanni Council. On a precipice, and after today's nonsense, he will finally fall off.
Well, maybe he'll be better without the lot of you. Revus don't need you. Okay. So let's do this. I trust Revus. You could join the Mages Guild. They'll take him in. Wow. That's cool. Okay. Continue. Other one goes here. And the last one, I can get down there, is here. Hopefully this works.
Ah, welcome back. The runes are in place, right? I'm anxious to begin the experiment.
Yes, I painted all the runes. What's next?
Excellent. By the three, can I just tell you how refreshing it is to hear a voice of support? Thank you. Now, the next step is a bit more complicated. I need you to assist me with a phantasmal sensor's kindling sequence.
How do I do that?
These magical pylons provide the key. Fair warning, they can be a bit unruly, but the fundamentals are sound. Spectral energy will pass between them freely, but sometimes the crystals dislodge. If that happens, I need you to reattune them.
How will I know which pylon to attune?
Just pay attention to the energies flowing between them. If no spectral motes pass through one of the pylons, you'll know that's the one that needs fixing. I should warn you, if you try to attune a functional pylon, you might feel a mild shock.
Thanks for the warning. I'll keep my eyes on the pylons.
It's nice to have a willing pair of hands to assist me. Tyrus seems well acquainted with instruments like these. He could make a real contribution if he wasn't so set on observing all the time. I wish I could convince him to help. Ah, well.
No, he just thinks this is all beneath him. Okay. So... talk to you?
Well, aren't you supposed to be helping Revus with this folly?
You said you know a lot about this sort of thing. Why aren't you helping?
Know a lot. I'd barely left the cradle when I erected my first arcane pylon. But if you're asking me to assist Revus in this buffoonery, I'd sooner put trousers on a Vardvark. It's just as fruitless, but infinitely more adorable.
Sounds to me like this might be beyond your abilities after all. Woohoo, he won't like that.
I suppose that's your attempt at being clever. Very well, I'll rise to the bait. The sooner we're done with this, the better. Know this, however. I'll not employ his silly whacker-hackwing methodology. Witness a true mage in action.
Alright, we'll see what happens.
If you're quite finished, Revus. An artless configuration, to be sure. Balancing the crystal resonance is simple enough. There, a perfect calibration. Much good may it do you.
It's working. Just a moment more and...
Uh-oh.
What? Why isn't it... Good grief!
What happened?
Damn it all! I triple-checked the pylons last night. I've field-tested the rooms. I've read everything Barrelzar's ever written aside from his fetching diary, and it still doesn't work. Still! Why won't it work? It needs to work!
Did we do something wrong?
No. No! You followed my instructions to the letter, and I practically killed myself proving out the theories in my laboratory back home. Literally. My eyebrows only recently grew back. It can't just be bad luck. I must have missed something.
I bet the other guy tampered with it. Betcha he did. Missed something like what?
Something in Veyond. Some arcane anomaly that disrupts the function of pylons. Of course, the ruin I choose to work in suffers from some heretofore unseen pylon scrambling hocus pocus. Just another day in the life of Revus Demnavani.
So what can we do to fix it?
Well, we need to find the source of the disturbance. Take Tyrus and explore the lower chambers. It shouldn't take him long to identify the culprit. Just make sure to keep him safe. If anything happens to him, my Kwama is well and truly cooked.
Yeah, but I want him to die. I'll help him find the source.
Right. I'll stay here and inspect the instruments. Again. If I didn't find any flaws the first 3 times, I doubt I'll find any now. But who knows? Maybe Tyrus is right. Maybe this is just a huge waste of time.
Don't listen to him. But what do you think?
What do I think? What does that matter? The Telvanni Council detests my work on dwemotonal mechanics. They want nothing to do with my study of rare eggs. The phantasmal sensor is the only thing I've ever created that won their approval.
You don't need them. Go to the Mages Guild. Is the Telvanni Council's approval really that important?
Really that important? Well, of course it is. I'm a member of House Telvanni, for Vex's sake. If the Council drums me out, what would I do? Who would I share my theories with? No, once that door closes, it closes forever. It's unthinkable.
Do you really think making the phantasmal sensor work will change their opinion of you?
Absolutely. Yes. Maybe. I don't know, but I have to try. Would I rather be poking around in a dwarven ruin, unraveling the mysteries of tonal architecture? Yes, but no one ever said arcane practice always leads to excitement.
Great. It's me and you. I know I said I want him to die, but I just want him to come down a peg.
Well, let's get this farce underway.
Yeah, maybe this will humble you. So, where am I going? Ah, this way. Maybe what he experiences.
Our maps of Veyond didn't depict this tunnel. Vex head, be on your guard.
Maybe this experience will humble him a bit. Make him less pompous. But that's doubtful. Okay.
Trolls? Hideous savage beast! Keep that brute away from me!
I don't see no trolls. Maybe another player killed it. Because I wasn't the only one here, I don't think. Oh!
There, in the distance, more alien masonry. Finally, no more mucking around the dirt like some clumsy salt rice farmer.
Yeah, you deserve it. See how real people live.
There's a strange aura on the other side of this door. Can you feel it? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you can't.
Hey!
Finally. Now then, these Vala stones are clouded. Some manner of arcane erosion. They must be the source of Revus's trouble. Destroying them in this state could generate an explosive burst of magicka, and draining their power is no small feat. Unless, of course, you happen to be me. Smash away, hero, and let's...
Okay. Wow. Let me look at the chamber first. Wow. Amazing. So he just absorbed the magic like that? Must be powerful. Still, he's pompous.
Tiris, the interference. I think it may come from clouded...
Vala stones? Indeed. The Help and I already dealt with them. You're welcome.
Oh, well, thank you. Wait, does anyone else feel that?
Intruders? Get out! Get out!
A spirit. Stand back, both of you. It's time for a true test of the phantasmal sensor.
Get it away from me! Back, you creature! I mean it!
Wait, Tiris! No! Ah!
What happened? I didn't actually want him to die. What?
Oblivion, take me, he's dead! Tiris is dead! This is a catastrophe! What are we gonna do?
What just happened?
I tried to use the phantasmal sensor to quiet that alien spectre, but Tiris panicked and started to banish it with his own magic. His banishing spell mixed with the sensor's power and whoosh, snuffed out like a candle. I'm doomed!
Are you sure he's dead? He just vanished, right?
Just vanished. Yeah, sure, just vanished. To the afterlife! This is classic Revus, you know. I'm a pox. I'll just need a moment to think about what I'm going to tell the house about Tyrus and the sensor, wherever it flew off to.
Well, the sensor's right there. And by the looks of it, they were drawn into the sensor, so I don't think he's dead. He's just stuck in the sensor. I'll find it. You take a moment. I think he's inside it.
What? What is happening to me?
Oh, Tyrus. Even now I can hear him in my mind, haunting me.
He's in the sensor.
I can hear Tyrus's cries like he's right here beside me. I deserve it, don't I? A shameful, ghostly reminder of my failure.
It isn't in your head, I hear it too.
You do? Then he either torments us both or it's some spectral echo. A disembodied voice, sheared from his body like chitin from a quama. Perfect. I came to silence ghosts and just made another one. This is all my fault.
Should we follow the voice?
What's the point? It's not as if we can gather up screams and cobwebs and put him back together again. He was a person, not a teacup. If you want to pursue that voice, feel free. I imagine you'll be safer without me. Tyrus certainly was.
Maybe, yeah, the sensor interfered with his banishing spell, and thus it banished him as well. So maybe there's somewhere further in the ruin?
I can't. Help me! Use the sensor!
Tyrus, he's not gone after all.
He's trapped here.
Please forgive me, Sarah. While I was wallowing in self-pity, you were out here trying to clean up my mess. And by the three, Tyrus still lives. Or exists at any rate. What happened when you found him?
He told me to use the sensor. After I did, he disappeared.
Along with the clouded Vala stones. Interesting. The sensor might have prompted some kind of animus inversion. The specifics can wait. Whatever happened, he's still aware of his surroundings. You might be able to fix this.
Maybe this will make him change. So how do we do that?
We? No. I've done enough damage. I'll come along, offer scholarly advice and such. But you're the only person I trust to see this through. The first step is finding Tyrus. His soul seems bound to the ruin and these stones.
So how do we find him?
The clouded Vala stones are sort of thickening the magical fabric of this place. A soul like Tyrus's would cause ripples. Allow me to make a small modification to the sensor. There. If you use it now, it should illuminate Tyrus's path.
You sure you don't want to do this yourself? You created the sensor in the first place.
I've proven beyond shadow of a doubt that I can't be trusted with that thing. For anyone who is not me, using the sensor is quite simple. Activate it, and a mote of spectral energy should coast toward Tyrus. Just follow the mote.
What do we do when we find Tyrus?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Best to focus on navigating the ruin. I seriously doubt that Bayon's shown us all its nasty surprises.
I don't know. Is that ghost that was going to attack Tyrus was stuck here? But I wonder if they were banished.
The light! The clouded light! It calls!
Coming, Tyrus! Wow. Love alien ruins. Skeletons! Oh, chest! Empty. I'm coming. This way? Don't like these traps. There he is.
Longer!
Tiris, and more clouded Vala stones. By the 3. Were the aliens selling them wholesale? I'll probably regret this, but I'll try to attune the stones. You push them out of position. Maybe that will set him free.
Maybe? Looks like he's in pain.
No, not enough!
I know that did not look like a success, but I think I know what's happening.
There's more stones.
These clouded Vala stones. The aliens wouldn't have carved imperfect stones in this quantity by accident. There's intention here. They're meant to attract spectral energy like moths to a flame. That's why we keep finding Tiris among them.
How does that help us save Tiris?
Well, it doesn't just yet, but we're definitely onto something. The sensor can banish the stones, and my attunement spell can stabilize them long enough to dislodge them safely. You are one step closer to fixing this.
So what do we do now?
You? What do you do now? Keep tracking Tiris. I'll try to puzzle out a way to use the sensor and attunement spell to restore Tiris's corporeal form. We have to move quickly, though. If we don't reach him soon, critical animus decay might set in.
That sounds bad.
That's because it is bad. Let's pick up the pace, all right?
All right. Let's go. Yeah. Wonder what the alien were experimenting with here. They seem to experiment with a lot. And Revus, I wouldn't be able to do this without you. So we're in this together. Sneak past. This place is pretty big. Look how high the ceilings are.
Over there! It's Tiris!
Wow. This place is magnificent.
It's so close!
What is?
I think I know what's going on.
What is?
Tiris is trying to resist the pull of the clouded Vala stones, but his strength is waning. Luckily, he's running into these smaller stone clusters, sort of like falling out of a tree and hitting all the branches on the way down.
So where will he end up?
I'm wagering there is a greater load of this clouded glass somewhere in the ruin. A stockpile or something that dwarfs these other Vala stones in size, potency, or both. Tiris should eventually find himself there.
What will happen when he reaches this load?
I can't imagine it will be pleasant, but with enough of the clouded glass in one place, we might be able to create a large enough resonance to restore Tiris's corporeal form. You using the phantasmal sensor, and me using the attunement spell.
So you're going to help?
I have to. Without my attunement spell, the sensor could banish Tiris for good. I can't hide from this forever. I am a mage. Hapless and clumsy, perhaps, but a mage all the same. I owe it to Tiris, to you, and to myself to try.
Alright, let's find Tiris and this load that you mentioned.
This plan will work, right? Of course it will work. Just follow that moat.
You seem to be in much better spirits.
I am. It might be a bit morbid, but all this dashing around and puzzle solving, it's why I love being a wizard. I'd nearly forgotten that with Tiris and House Telvanni pushing me around. We all have to follow our bliss, right? Mine's in old ruins.
Yeah. Let's go get Tiris. Hopefully after this, he'll keep you endorsed in House Telvanni. If not, there's the Mage's Guild. Look at this place. We must be close. Oh yeah, here.
Aeon's mercy. Tyrus is fading faster. Quickly, just smash these stones and we'll hope for the best.
Well, it's... Oh. That one was... Why is it different?
There. Now, use the sensor. We have to find the central load.
Okay. Maybe we're close to it. But yeah, these ruins. They just keep making alien ruins bigger and bigger. Great. Hey, this way? Must be close. Another door. Ancient tomb. Oh no!
It's not a cluster of glass. It's an entire well. All right, let's go over the plan.
Damn!
We were looking for a pile of clouded glass, and instead, we found a limitless font of unstable magicka. Shame we have to destroy it. But let's be honest, I would have found a way to accidentally destroy it before long. Are you ready to save Tyrus?
Yes, but if the magic is unstable... Let's try to do this safely. What do I need to do?
First, we need to replicate the original event. Aim the phantasmal sensor at him and unleash its power. While you're doing that, I'll cast the attunement spell. Weaving the two together should dislodge his animus and restore his corporeal form.
And how confident are you that this will work?
Much less confident than you'd like.
I see.
If it's any consolation, most magisters aren't certain of a hypothesis until they test it. Our test just happens to have the potential for cataclysmic results.
Cataclysmic results?
Discharging spells and jangling magic sensors in front of an unstable well could prove explosive. But nothing is certain. Magic is more art than science. At least that's what I tell myself in situations like this.
So what are the chances this goes wrong?
7 in 10, give or take. You've faced worse odds before, though. Right? Come on, hero. Let's do some heroing.
Yeah, can't argue with that. So I've got to use the sensor.
It's working. We did it. Tyrus, are you all right?
Revus! I am alive. Oh, thank you. AM's mercy, I thought I was dead. I never should have cast that. But the ghost was there and I just panicked.
Oh, dear. There, Tyrus. Why don't we head back to camp, all right?
Okay, I wanted this experience to change him, but not make him a blithering mess.
I owe you such an apology. I could see everything you and Revus did. No one has ever looked out for me before. Thank you.
Ah, glad I could help. Hopefully he's changed for the better.
Well, this is unexpected. I thought for sure he tried to strangle me or something. Let's make our way back to the surface.
Ouch. Glad he's changed. Maybe he'll keep Revus with the Telvanni after all. Hopefully he's calmed down a bit. After all we did to save him. Where are they?
I'm writing the Magister straight away, Revus. You will receive accolades aplenty.
Oh, that's, very generous, Tyrus. Thank you.
Wow, didn't expect that.
I'll be sure to mention your role in my rescue too. The death of a Terethi is a valuable thing, especially one who will one day become a magister.
Glad you've changed.
Well, this is unexpected. I'd resolved to spend the rest of my life in exile, but now Tyrus is singing my praises. Do you think he hit his head or something? I guess anyone can have a change of heart when they have a brush with fate like this.
For sure. And he did say he saw everything we did to save him, so maybe that changed him. So what happens now?
Hopefully Tyrus's testimonial will earn me some latitude with House Telvanni. Not enough to rise in rank, mind you, but enough to keep them off my back for a while. None of this would have been possible without you. Thank you, Sarah.
I mean, you may not be the best mage. You may be clumsy here and there, but everyone's clumsy. I'm clumsy. And yeah, he's a good mage who knows his stuff.
Safe travels, my friend. And if you ever find yourself in Nisus, feel free to drop by.
Sure. So are you planning on going back to Morrowind?
As soon as I can, yes. The censor was always a means to an end. Tyrus's letter should give me the boost I need to continue my real work. Rare eggs, dwarven machines, vegetable conjuring, all the bizarre obsessions that House Telvanni scorned.
Vegetable conjuring? That one sounds interesting. Do you think Tyrus's letter will solidify your position in the house?
Ha! No. I'm far too clumsy to evade the Telvanni Council's contempt for long. But we have to treasure the time we have, right? I'm sure I'll make some really worthy discoveries before they start nosing around in my work again.
Well, let's hope.
Either three, this whole business really opened my eyes. I always thought true wizardry happened in the laboratories and libraries of Tel Naga. But magic is messy. It's dangerous. A second's hesitation can mean death. Revus taught me that.
This experience seems to have really changed your outlook.
How could it not? When faced with even the slightest peril, I panicked. Rather than listening to my teacher, I cast a spell that turned my animus inside out. An experience like that would change anyone. Then there's the matter of my rescue.
Do you mean?
Any other Telvanni wizard would have left me there without a moment's hesitation. House politics are cruel, but when faced with the prospect of death or professional ruin, Revus saved me anyway. I can guarantee you, I would not have done the same.
So will you share these lessons with your kinsfolk in the house?
I will try. Members of House Telvanni are stubborn, but true greatness comes from learning. This was a difficult but necessary lesson.
Well, the older Telvanni won't change, but maybe the younger ones will. It's got to start somewhere. Well, yeah. It was good seeing Revus again. And I didn't like Tyrus at first, but his experience changed him a bit. So I'm going to end this one here. We'll continue questing in the next one. Thanks for watching.